Hey, there's your Wisconsin Wine Guy back again with another wine review. And for those who are new, these are wines that you can find on the shelves wherever you shop for wine, whether it be a liquor store, a grocery store, or maybe even some wine shops. You can tell by the label here. I'm sure you recognize that label, right? So I go through and give a taste of the wines and let you know my opinion about the wines using my simple, infamous thumb rating system. Thumbs up says I recommend that wine. I think it's pretty solid. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. 3/4, you know what? I would drink this wine. I would put this in my cellar just to have an everyday drinking wine, and I would share it with my friends and take it to a party. Halfway, something about that wine was off, and I'll tell you what it was for me, but I encourage you to taste it because that's my opinion. And then let us all know what you think. Thumbs down? I don't need to explain that one, right? Okay, so now we are looking at Chateau St Michelle. Now, I reviewed Chateau St Michelle. Those who've been following me since 2018 know that I've done quite a bit of Chateau St Michelle wines. In fact, in 2018, I believe it was their 50th anniversary. So I did quite a good range of their wines during that time. So we're coming to, I did the Chardonnay then too, so now we're coming to 2020. So we're going 4 years later. Now I always like to go back after the video to discover what did I say about that wine. And it's also sometimes cool to see what I look like back there, right? Okay, so now we're here at 2020 Chateau St Michelle. This is coming in at 14% alcohol, retailing at on sale. You can find it at $6.99 at some places to a regular retail at $12.99. All right, so let's say $7 to $13. So we got Haley's Corker. You notice I got an orange one now, right? For those who, I get lots of questions about Haley's Corker. Where can you get that? Where can you get that wine stopper? I mean, again, I never have to take this out. It seals. I can just lay it down back in my wine fridge if I need to. So it's a pretty cool stopper. But again, the links will be inside of the description where you can pick up your Haley's Corker. If it's green, that means I have it inside of a screw cap, right? So different colors is a lot of fun. This was like my Halloween orange, right? Good. So now, get a look at the color of this Chardonnay. Now, it's one thing about the Chateau St Michelle, this particular Chardonnay, they do like a two-part fermentation. Part of the wine, a portion of the wine is fermented in stainless steel, preserving the fruit, low temperatures. The other part of fermentation is done in wood barrels, resting on the lees to impart a little bit more structure, a little more character, a little more depth to the wine. At the end, there's a final blend done between those two to come up with the wine that you have right here. There you go. So that's pretty cool. And I believe it's French oak they're using. Now, on the nose, you get, a subtle spice notes, coming from the oak, and subtle toasty notes. But it's very subtle. It's not over the top, right? But that blends very well with, I get notes of apple, orange zest, and lemon zest, for me. I mean, so I think the nose, the blending of all the aromatics, it blends really nice in what they're doing here. All right, so that nose is nice. We can look at the color. Got my white background here. Little straw yellow color here. That 14% alcohol. Let's look at the leg. I like to do a leg sometimes, very rarely. 14% alcohol. I hope there's a taste like 14% alcohol, but we're going to find out. So, excuse me, for tasting, it's a two-step process. Step one, I'm tasting for acidity and how it rolls across my palate, and I'm looking for balance of the wine. Again, we got 14% alcohol. Let's see if that's going to spike out on my palate. And then the second taste is when I start tasting for giving an opinion about the wine. So here we go. Rinse. Now notice, when I do a rinse, wow, love that. I like to rinse in my entire mouth, and I advise you to do that. Even with the red wine, get a complete mouth rinse and let the wine just completely take over the stage. Wow, I love the acidity on that one. I like lively wines. Even the red wine, I want the wine to be lively. Then you also get a true feel, of the character of the wine. I can really taste that wine. Every time I speak and I inhale, I can taste that wine. Wow. So, nice balance. I don't get any spiking alcohol in this one at 14%, so they did a good job with that. Right now, it's at a like chill to cool temperature. So it's at a good temperature, just to say that, for tasting this wine. I probably wouldn't even go any warmer than that. Oh, let's see if my vino temp gives me a temperature. Okay, so we got this at about 55 degrees. 55 degrees this is. Okay, coming from the refrigerator, hanging out on the table for a little bit before I start the video. So 55 degrees, a nice cool temperature on this wine. So on the taste is the same what I smell. You know, you get that little like when you're chewing an apple, you get that when you start to chew, you get the juices. You get a little bit of apple juice. In this case, probably grape juice, you know, but I'm going with apple. Then you get a round off of citrus, but then there's a fullness that takes place in the mouth, almost almond or nutty taste, you know, but it's very subtle. It just adds to the complexity of this wine. But crisp, clean, nice finish. You know, again, that time spent on the leaves, giving it a little bit more structure, more depth. You know, you can tell that it did a good job with that one. And I think they did a good job with the final blend. But again, 14% alcohol, for my palate, non-existent. Non-existent, okay? Okay, now, you definitely get that. I like the way it just, each time I sip the wine, I capture different flavor aspects. At that time, I got more of like, you know, lemon zest / lemon pith, you know, but just very subtle. You know, did a good job with that, how it rolls across the palate. So let's get to it. So, 2020, Chateau St Michelle Chardonnay from Columbia Valley. All right, I mean, in fact, for those who don't know, this is their new label. All right. If you look back at the old videos, 2016, that was the old label. So, oh, yes, right, 2016. So now we're like 4 years later tasting it. So, 2020, Chateau St Michelle, Chardonnay, Columbia Valley, Wisconsin wine guys, gonna give this a thumbs up. You know, I'm digging this wine. I mean, if you're looking for a Chardonnay that's not, you know, buttery or just not, you know, smoky, oaky, you know, but something that it has good structure, but it's pleasant. You know, it almost is. You can tell it's a Chardonnay, but it has that kind of like Pinot Grigio type feel, almost like an unoaked type Chardonnay feel. So a nice balance going on here. You know, so this would be the wine, you know, for a good everyday drinker. You know, one to share with friends, one to just sip outside in the sun. I believe this would be a good one. So thumbs up for me on the Chateau St Michelle 2020 Chardonnay. And there you have it. I'm going to continue enjoying this, and I will see you next time when reviewing wines for you. And remember, as always, let your palate be the guide. Ciao!